Hey, namaste, and welcome to our channel. Sequences are getting more and more interesting. Today, a new topic that is sports yoga, under which we will discuss stand up paddle yoga by Tummee.com, a yoga sequencing app for yoga teachers. Have you heard about SUP yoga? What do you think is the full form? Stand up paddleboard yoga requires students to do a set of yoga poses on a paddleboard on calm water bodies like a lake, harbors, or the base. It is different from doing yoga on the mat. On the mat, we feel connected, empowered, more in control of our body. But on a paddleboard, you're on a moving surface. So one requires strong core, hips, great sense of balance and focus, for which deep breathing is very important. Paddle yoga classes are a mix of Vinyasa and Hatha Yoga, starting with warm-ups to develop breath awareness, followed by yoga poses, some rounds of sun salutation and relaxation. Because this is an outdoor yoga class, the sun, the wind, the speed of it, the movement of water can be different as planned, and hence the poses might also change in the class. So we judge these factors and decide on what poses to do and how to conduct the class. Students before starting the class can do few rounds of Om chanting, pranayama to connect with oneself. We start with Vajrasana to center the student, to calm the mind down and ask students to focus on their breath. This is the time they get to connect with their body, to find that balance that they need in the class. After 12 rounds of breath, students do Vajrasana, head back, a gentle back bend, stretch to the neck muscles, gentle warm up and a slow movement of the neck at the back with smooth breathing. Keeping the eyes closed allows students to focus on oneself. But if it makes them busy, let them just open the eyes and focus at one point. Inhaling, extending the spine, and exhaling, going for the forward bend in Adho Mukha Virasana. The flow is slow and being aware of the body movement. Students should connect with their breath to avoid getting disturbed by any other natural factor. Slowly, students lock their arms at the back and extend their arms up for Balasana Yoga Mudra, a warm up for the shoulders and releasing any stiffness in the lower back. Ask students to be in each pose for 8 to 10 breaths, find the balance, stability, and then flow into the next pose. Students come into Vajrasana again and with an exhale go into Ushtrasana variation. For balance, the toes are tucked in. Students can face it out as well as for comfort, but the focus is opening the chest, allowing the breeze to touch through, connecting with the sounds of nature and allowing the energy creation in the body to happen. It sounds and feels rejuvenating. It is the core which is the focus so that students remain in the pose with no jerks or movements. We come back to Vajrasana and take the right leg in front to do Parighasana variation lunge. The leg brought in front is done with an inhale, and exhale, the left arm is lifted up, done after the students find some balance in the pose. If you see, it is rhythmic to the breath. Students bring the leg back and then do it on the other side with even more awareness. After which, students relax in Brahmanasana, taking the attention to their core and the movement of the chest as they breathe. Find the balance needed and then students go into Brahmanasana leg variation on both sides of the body. The alignment of the knees, arms, shoulders and the feet ensures stability. So it's a combination of breathing, alignment, core and balance. Slowly, students come back to Brahmanasana and then slide into Adho Mukha Svanasana knee on flow variation. It's the beginner pose to get the student familiar with how they are able to balance with feet and knees together. After which, students lift their torso up and with full engagement of the core, raise their knees off the board to do Utkatasana arms forward. The arms in front ensures that the body weight is evenly distributed. This is a confidence builder pose. We are slowly getting the students to stand up and do even more poses. And with an exhale, students come up for Tadasana, eyes closed, breathing smoothly and feeling their body in control. Students can keep the feet apart at hip distance if they find it comfortable. Students inhale and take their right leg back for the crescent lunge with arms locked at the back. Ask students to tighten the leg muscles and feel the fresh air enter their lungs as they breathe in. Doing Ashtachandrasana on the other side, students come back to Tadasana to sit down in Malasana. Malasana will keep the body in more balance because the entire body is squeezed into one pose with less space creation, so students don't lose balance. They will find more confidence in this pose because the next flow is a quick Surya Namaskar with 5 poses, which is Urdhva Uttanasana, Chaturanga Dandasana, Bhujangasana, Adho Mukha Svanasana, and back to Urdhva Uttanasana. We have developed the mind and body of the students to this stage. We keep the flow smooth, slow, fully aware, and core engaging with 6 rounds of the flow. Lastly, students relax in Vishram Ardha Bhekasana. The pose allows equal distribution of the weight of students, so students can close their eyes and surrender to nature. The sequence had a smooth, gentle flow with 1 to 2 variations in each pose. So the movement of the body is gentle with no major shifts in body alignment. This is a good beginner sequence, but with the weather, the time of the day, the sequence might change, which is fine, but we keep ourselves prepared. Explore more poses under the paddle yoga style in the sequence builder. So under sequence type, you get an option of paddle yoga. And on filling the other filters, you will get a set of poses for paddle yoga, just like. So go through these poses and create your own sequence. Add it to the comment section below. Next video will be on post-running sequence. So subscribe now to not miss out on it. Thank you and stay tuned.